500 pictures, mostly colors, about this country. And here are the experience of American researchers also in our American eyewitnesses. For example, that Janet Carter in Tennessee. After this place, I will head to her. I will head to her direction. After Robin Haynes, she was in Michigan. Now she's in South Carolina living. Again, she continued to communicate with these forest people. We established with her the International Society of Forest People Friends. It is active in Facebook. And I see here that the local people are very friendly to this creature, very friendly, and they consider them one tribe of humans. We also think so now, that they are human, but another kind of human, not like we. They don't use technology. They don't use transportation, etc., because they own, as we call, teleportation. They could move from one place to another place without any airplane, car, truck, etc., etc. Just for one moment he's here, after he's some 6 miles away. We have such experience. For example, once we were out of Moscow, some 70 miles of Moscow city, of Kremlin. Yes, we put the camera on the roof of our car and were camping there. It was a little rainy. At 3 o'clock a.m. Rain stopped. We went out of the car, from the car, and make some fire, campfire. Brought some woods from the forest, making this, and our game camera was shooting around, surrounding. After at 5 o'clock, we just took this camera and went to photograph something else. Again, the rain started, and we went to Moscow to home. After my friend who had this camera, he called me and said, "Oh, we caught one creature on the camera, by camera." Why? He sent me the photograph. I see, behind our tent, just we were walking around 2 yards away. We did not see him by eyes, though it was light enough at 4 o'clock in the evening, in the morning. We did not see him. We was walking for 1 hour here and there, not seeing anything. But our camera, for 1 hour, shot him, and he appeared on the camera. You see, that means they can be invisible for us, but they exist. It is very fun. And if another case was one woman, also close to Moscow, some maybe 60 miles of Moscow city, of Kremlin. Her daughter called me, and I went to check this case. She said at the daytime, it was just noon, she was ploughing some earth on her vegetable garden. Just he hear some noise. He turned back and see a huge creature, about 9 feet tall, standing there and want to take one step, and hands close to her chest. He's standing so. When the eyes met, he started to disappear. He did not walk. He did not step. He did not make any step. He just one curtain start to go down and covering him. She said, sun was shining, and this was blinking. This curtain was blinking, and step by step it closed all the body. Just one leg was yet open. After that, this leg also closed, and nobody there. Just disappeared. Not walking, nothing. Just disappeared. It is very funny. If we did not make that shot in the camera by the camera, we could not believe that. But when I myself was walking there, and 2 yards of that, he is sitting, and did not see him. And it was third case, very interesting. It was in the same 1915 July, from Siberia. One artist, they informed about this. He was veteran of Afghanistan. He was fighting in Afghanistan before. He is an artist, and he went to the forest for birch tree bark. They do some handicrafts from that bark. He went for that, and huge creature, some 10 feet tall, hairy, brown hair, covered. He felt that, please sit down, we shall speak a little. Just man speaking. And they said just shoulder to shoulder. They were sitting shoulder to shoulder and man speaking each other for some almost 1 hour. After that, at this time, that artist was drawing the portrait of this creature on the bark tree, piece of bark. And after show him this to this creature and ask him, how do you call? What is your name? And that creature answered with voice, Taban. Just with voice, he said, my name is Taban. And after that, when artist showed him this birch tree bark piece with portrait, I met with this artist later. He said he made such thing with his nail of tongue, just very, very quickly scratch on that portrait. He made autograph on the birch tree. Yes, here is a picture of that, because I asked this artist. I asked this artist, please, you draw how you are sitting at the, and he drew for me that I put it here, this picture, how they are sitting. Huge, very huge, in front of this artist. And this Taban was with long beard, and it inspired me much, because 4 years ago one tourist group shoot one creature with a long beard. I did not believe them, but now this artist told that he also made this wild man with a long beard. And this time I again come to that study of that case, of those tourists shooting the one creature with long beard. And we come to conclusion that this was real. And here I sent that film here to M.K. Davis. M.K. Davis, we were studying that film, Patterson film, before, when it was in 1970, like so. We studied that. And M.K. Davis also come to conclusion that it's real shooting by them. Yes, that is why we cooperate much, Russians with Americans, with Canadians, and with Australians, with New Zealanders, and now with people from United Kingdom. They also found a lot of evidence of these creatures there. And Sweden also they have found now. For last month we received a lot of such evidence from Sweden, or from Germany, from You know, since 2002, 2002, I started to study the structures in the forest. And now, when we went to that place, a lot of the structures we saw, we found it. And since that, I started to study this phenomenon, and until now, I found thousands of photographs of these structures. They do in the forest. Even sometimes they make it for giving some science information to us, to people, and to themselves. And sometimes they, I don't know for what they do, but not for shelter. Something they do just for another. Sometimes they put on the earth esoteric science, pentagram, hexagram. Also, I have the pictures of them. Yes, this is it is very mysterious creatures. They are, I say, they are deity. They are master of forest. And as in your country, in my country, the same. The people worship them for a long. And now if they go to the forest, they leave for them something, some food, just to respect them, because they don't need, they can find the food. But as this creature understand that the people respect them, they help them to pick up berries or mushrooms, to hunt also, they can help. But if the people do something wrong, something bad, they could punish. They could, for example, one man, if he did something bad, he went once and come back to the same point. Another one, he cannot get out of the forest until that creature let him to go out. There are a lot of such cases, but sometimes they help very much. For example, once the bear was threatening the man. That just took the bear and tore him on the hind legs and rescued the man. They can help the people. Now, if you have a question, I can answer it. Please.
Million questions. You know, here in the United States, a lot of times what I hear is there's like 4 different types of Sasquatches. Is that the same in Russia, or do you have different types?
I'm sure that they have all world community. They can contact through telepathy to all the world. For example, once one man from United Kingdom wrote me that I know that you intend to go to Siberia. I know I connected with my known creature, and he wants to say you where you can find there in Siberia such a case. That means they connected. They connected in mind speaking, as we say, telepathy.
Do they group? Do they ever have like a meetings? You know, from different like.
Yes,
like
they
we
understand.
have powwows. They have like a big meeting where they all get together.
They
and
have sometimes they have a meeting in some special places. I have information about this. They going somewhere for 1 month. They're absent. After they come back with other mate or some children or something else. Yes, sometimes they have somewhere gatherings, and after again going to their places. As to other, for example, maybe it's connected with the question of dogman. I don't know yet. It is not enough information for not information. the people say about this, but I not I did not I did not see yet some convincing confirmation of this. I don't know how to. I don't reject this. Maybe they exist, but yet we haven't enough information about this. But as I know, they have connected in all over the world. These creatures, yes, they've got some kind of civilization without technology, and they are very smart. They are intelligent.
Yes.
They can do many things. They can influence the climate. They can influence some, I don't know, some things. They can punish the people. They can prize the people. They can do such things. But maybe they are of different capabilities. Maybe it is possible. Maybe one are more educated, others less educated. Maybe one are more smart. One could be more intelligent or more friendly to people. Others can be more even rejecting. Yes, something. I think so. As people do the same. Yes. I don't know. What else? Okay. Thank you for attention. I'm very happy to visit this place because I see that your people here, local people, know about this creature, and they they are friendly. They have good friendly relation, friendly attitude to them. This is very nice, and they don't need proofs. Just they say they are existing. Okay, no need. For example, this you showed a lot of devices here, some for sound, for these creatures say they are a little abused. They say you are following us, we are criminals or something. No, we are friendly. We don't need you to look for us or to find some evidence, footprints, etc., etc. I don't know. They don't like maybe such things. That is why if I told to Barry, if I come there, I don't have the aim to make pictures, or I just want to communicate. That means we should go to them not with technology, but with open heart. It is enough, and they will respond also friendly for that. I think so. But skeptics say, science says, let you bring evidence. I say, no. If you need evidence, you go there and look ourselves for that evidence. Right? I don't need proof. I don't need proof. Yes, this is my attitude to this. Before in 20th century, I also was such a man. We tried to make some ball with poisoned arrows to make sleep him, etc. But after we stopped this, even they say, why you don't study the hairs of them to make DNA? This, for example, yes, Richard asking about Zana DNA. Okay, Zana was a wild woman. She was living in 19th century somewhere in Abkhazia, and local men with her, they born descendants, and I now know about 30 descendants of them. I found them. They live, yes, It is possible to study their DNA to come to conclusion. Now in Denmark, they study DNA of these creatures. Let them to study. It is their responsibility, not mine. So, though I take part, I help them. And as Richard is interested, I inform him about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
If I could, excuse me, Dr. Burtsev, if I could I want to add this into the program because I think we're closing in on 6 o'clock here. Then we can continue with some questions. I have an appreciation and recognition of Dr. Burtsev. I want to give these out on behalf of Res Squatching now. This may not fit you, but you told me you have your daughters and your wife.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Then
I appreciate you.
The other one was I heard he likes buffalo.
Yes, it's
I had this.
Oh.
Give this to him.
Very
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm happy to meet you, your people here.
Not done yet here. Again, on behalf of Res Watching, we want to honor you with
blanket.
the honor blanket.
To feel, yes.
Appreciate you. We're right here.
Oh, nice.
Is that your cameras?
Nice. Very nice.
We can take pictures of
With my camera also, somebody take this nobody for picture.
It's just like my
Yeah.
camera.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The same. Oh yes. Nice. I will keep this. Thank you very much. I will present all this information in my country. We have some society to gather to discuss the questions connected with this. Yes, very nice. I'm happy to meet your people. I feel here very energetic, very much energetic
Well, coming up.
in this place.
Yeah, take a picture. Wow.
Nice.
It's not starting.
Oh, I presented you my
Okay.
T-shirt, but you don't show. This one.
Russia
This
don't
one.
like Germany, so he got upset with
No, I
me.
say you are American. Why you write? But it is international.
Right.
It
Hey,
is
my
better.
grandma's German, so
Oh,
that's why I'm
yes.
wearing it in honor of my
Yes.
grandma. And I get to go to Russia.
No, but
guys.
when you show yourself on the TV or somewhere on the public, you should
Yeah, I will.
stress that you are American and even from Omaha
There you
to
go.
be more yes, patriotic.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Just not because I'm against German. Just it does not reflect.
It was clean.
We're international.
Yeah,
International.
okay, all right.
You, me, and he, and you all.
Rich, you wanna
we
say
should be
something about-
international.
I
Yeah.
have a
the
Husker
work,
shirt
the
in my car. You
fundraising
want me to go
you
get it
do?
for you?
Yeah.
One common society for all the
Break
world.
them off.
So all the people
Your mom will Husker one. That
should
one.
unite and be friends to each other. Yes, that is the main idea.
I think that's the important message that Igor is saying is that, he came all the way from Russia to come here to be with us. He can go anywhere. He'd be welcome anywhere in this community, the research community, and he chose to spend some time with us here. And his message is to be inclusive, bring people together, and that the message of Sitanga is that same message that we should be coming together. So raise awareness and consciousness with everyone. And, ultimately we would like to see this proven, to have evidence, to have hominology as a actual science. So that would take dollars and funding to do that. And some of the DNA study being done needs more money, more dollars to do that. So hopefully at some point down the road we can get together and have a way to help fund something like this. But having Igor here means a lot to to all of us, to me personally, and to Barry, and of course all of you coming here today. I feel this has been very respectful, and I just really enjoyed having you, Igor. So thank you. And
I think I feel a little ashamed when they say that we should gather the dollars. I think the government should support us. For example, as our Governor Tulev, he found the money for international conference to invite Jeff Meldrum, Bindernagel. I will send this book to our President Putin, and the letter to him that they should establish the real center, which is supported by the government, by the Russian government, to study this subject, because it is very important for all the humanity. I think it will be the good solution of this problem. And I should say, once one correspondent from American magazine Outdoor Life asked him, they say that there is a snowman in your country, what do you say? And Putin answered, so please, you can come yourself to study this subject in our country. I don't know if you will have results, but you will be very much enjoyed of that, looking for this. That means he is loyal to this.
He's open-minded, yes.
And just half a month ago, he returned from the mountains, from Khakassia. It was close to this Kemerovo region. He likes such wildlife. He was in the mountains having vacations on 1 week. Yes, that is why I hope that he will respond us good, positively. Maybe they will establish some. I don't believe to our science. The science now is a big crisis. We ourselves establish new science. Okay, but as to government body, they should pay attention to this. Yes,
I agree.
Even we wanted to appeal. Once we appealed to President. Was Clinton. Yes, to prize those people who shoot the film Patterson and Gillian. Yes.
So what you're saying is there was Russian collusion with Clinton?
Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
I don't think so.
I don't insist.
I'm sorry.
Hey, and also, I'll be taking donations. I know he don't like to take donations, but I'll take some pot money when I'm in Russia.
I see
put it
that
on the
the people
table.
who are interested in this subject, they are not much rich for that. Yes. I understand. We all are in the same position. Sorry for that.
Well, if I could say, I don't want to say closing remarks because I still want to leave the floor open, but I just want to say that I'm very grateful for Dr. Burtsev, showing enough interest and enough respect and appreciation to come here to Nebraska and to be with Red Squatching. I think that's a compliment and a half, if you ask me. I personally, if you was to say who's your favorite, Russian, or who's your favorite pioneer, hands down, it was Dr. Burtsev. So he kind of answered a childhood, and even as I got older, he was supposed to come in May. The visa didn't work out. The government held him up. So that was unfortunate, but we kept moving forward, and he's here today. So again, I appreciate everything that he said. And
this book, some people are buying the book and say.
One thing that I appreciate he said is that your people love this creature, and I think we do. And they're in their paradise. So I'm taking in everything I can from this man, and one thing I really respect about him is that he's a man of integrity and he's humble. And I think man to man, you know, I appreciate what he's done for this industry. And, you know, you heard it from him. They do exist. I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't disagree with that. But I just want to thank him today, and I'm very honored to be here, standing here with him. And thank you guys for coming. Mike got off work and he was blazing. Terry, all you guys, thank you for being here. And I hope you share the.
Thank you for attention. It is enough. Thank you.
Yeah. So with that, whatever, if you'll answer any more questions, we're pretty much.
I have a couple. First, have you seen one yourself?
I saw maybe 3 times, but not very clearly. Once I saw the blinking eyes at night, going very interesting, smoothly, like so, like
Not up and down.
not
Yeah.
up and down, not head and back, but just as is swimming, like so, all over the brushes. Yes. And he went to the small forest and disappeared there. And after I was with 2 friends, after several, maybe half an hour, they come to me, said, "You did not see, he went out of the forest and come to you, about 20 feet of you, he was standing,
Wow.
and got back. I said, no, at this time one raccoon was just away, want to visit our feeding place. And I concentrated my attention to him photographing that raccoon. I
And he was
said,
right by
he
you.
sent raccoon to distract
Distract
my
you.
attention of you. And he came very close after turned back and away. But I saw his eyes before that. This is one. Another, it was in Michigan. Another case was in Missouri. I was sleeping on the 3rd floor in front of the door with glass door was, yes. And at 5 o'clock in the morning there was a fence over that porch, yes. And I see something move over the fence. It was like shoulder and head. After I measured the height of this fence, 6 feet. But over 6 feet, it was 1.5 foot higher. Something, I think it was head and shoulder. But I did not believe it. I said, what is this? Maybe dog. After this, no, it's not the dog so high. After maybe neighbor. No. When I understood that it is that creature, I went out. But he disappeared in the forest. Went in the forest because it was barn there, and he went behind that and went away. This was also, and some other cases like so were not clear, not much clear. Oh, thank you for attention.
Sorry, I have one more, and you may have answered it. What do you think about the eye glow? Eye glow, where their eyes are lit up, or bright. Sometimes not bright, but
they are,
sometimes dim.
You see, some people studied this phenomenon. They say that their eyes shining, not reflecting, but shining by themselves. I don't know what, but they are more bright than to reflect, only reflect. Yes, and that is it's necessary to study this like this. They are special, like compared, not as wolves or other animals.
And we asked, but I've seen it. I think most of us have seen it.
Yes.
There's no other light source.
Just the movement. The movement is very specific.
Yeah, very smooth.
Very smooth when they move. And I saw other people see they say the same, that he's like swimming, not walking, just very smoothly. Okay.
Mike, you got anything?
You have more questions?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I got one more question. Yeah, this one right now. Do you think that like the Dogman, is that a type of Bigfoot or is that a separate type of
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
I can't say
You got
anything
your
about
You
Dogman.
do have Dogmans in
I
Russia?
know some people strictly ensure that they see Dogman, not some people say that Sasquatch don't like Dogman. They don't like.
I've heard that too.
They don't like Dogman. But what is real, I don't yet know. I know that they don't fight each other, but Sasquatch don't like them. People say so. Yet we haven't confirmation of that. I don't know. Just strict confirmation, as we have with this. Of course, they may be different kind of creatures. They can be small, they can be big, they can be brown, they can be black, white, and other colors. But I don't know, as the people also different outlook they have. Maybe the same they have. But about Dogman, they say even about that in Egypt were such confirmation that they were dog-like heads with people. Maybe we'll find something later. Maybe they can be transformed into such outlook. I don't know. I can't say anything about it.
Are your books available on Amazon?
No, I say I printed only 30 copies, and I myself only can sell it for about $250 each one, because it was very expensive to produce, to make this, and also I should cover the printing, and I worked 5 years on this book. Yes, yet it is expensive. After later I intend to make another one. This is on 2 languages. I will make separately, one in English, one in Russian. It will be more cheap maybe, but it needs time. Maybe 1 year later I will issue this. Now just 30. It is first edition.
What are your thoughts about this area? Do you think it's squatchy?
It's very nice. This night we shall go to see something. We hope to meet something interesting. But as we now were running around, I saw a lot of signs of their existence here. Yes, a lot. Just on every step we can see their structures made by the hands. Not definitely, it's not a natural origin. You see, this is okay. If there is no community, you have here some maybe. You buy one book for your community. This will be good business, not just gathering money free, but for something for them.
All right, well, again, we're free to kind of mingle around. You guys are free to come in. Let's give Dr. Burtsev a nice round of applause.
Thank you for sharing information.
I appreciate this present.
We're going to just hang out for a while. I think we got supper coming.
You do. You will continue something. I will go there.
Tonight we'll be in the legendary Camp Hard Knot, and that should be interesting. So again, you guys, pray for Dr. Burtsev tonight that he gets a nice encounter. And, we'll be out there wee hours of the morning, so again, that's kind of the agenda. We're just gonna hang out, and I know he traveled 2 days straight, so I know he's barely catching up on his sleep, but it's been a joy and a pleasure to hang out with him today. And again, I want to thank Richard here for kind of coordinating and transporting him and kind of being the interpreter today. And I apologize if I talk Russian. It rubbed off on me.
I managed to dodge any CIA who were trailing us to get to this location. And if you are contacted by them, you know nothing.
I got to thinking, I texted my kid in Virginia who works for the Department of Defense. I told him, yeah, I'm going last night, and I told him, yeah, I'm on my way to Lincoln. I'm going to meet a Russian scientist. And then I went back and I says, but he's a Bigfoot scientist, because I thought, you know, the way they listen to everything, hell, they're probably going, we need to find out where that guy's at right now.
I'm sure they
I
know
was a
he's
little
here.
concerned. I can't tell you I wasn't when I was picking him up and taking him around and talking. I've been communicating with him for over
See a
6
couple
months.
black SUVs driving around, you'll know.
He did a nice job of
did.
dodging the Clinton collusion question.
Yeah, I did have my website
Had it
shut
taped.
down briefly for 1 day. It was shut down.
You what?
My website was shut down for 1 day, and I contacted the Google to see why it was shut down. It just suddenly was not working. It was shut down. It said your site has been deemed something or other, and you can't.
I'm looking at your shit.
So I contacted them, and they put it back up within 24 hours, but that was very strange.
We were all here when Sam said they were out in Wisconsin in the woods that time, and them government guys come in there and told them, you need to leave. So,
Yeah, there's a lot more to this than we're probably going to be privy to. At some levels, the government obviously has things that they're doing that we just aren't aware of. But there's certainly things, operations, things that have been done that would probably be shocking to us. But we don't have any proof of this, or at least there's nothing that we could say concretely that has happened. But it seems like if you do get a little too close to the truth, there's sometimes there's consequences that come with that.
I want to elaborate a little on Delshay's question earlier when we were with him. Nothing but praise. Loved it. It was good. Glad he came here. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, Dr. Burtsev's been doing this since 1965, so that's more than probably most of us here have been alive. And he by doing it that long, he's so excited when he was here, just to be here, to know that when he's here, they know he's here. This is a positive thing for him, and he's energized by this. He's 78 years old, so that's a huge thing. Yeah, I think sometimes, man, I'm getting burned out or whatever. I don't know.
What's your Indian name?
This wears you out. But
Tell them your Indian name.
Give him an Indian name?
Yeah, you got an Indian name.
Oh, it's nice. The idea came to my head. Let us make a common photo with you. I will go there automatically to do this.
Or you want a picture with these guys?
Yes,
right.
together, all of you and
Let's gather together, guys. Together.
yes, come on.
Russian accent. Mike. What am I supposed to do, Mike?
Roll with it.
Every minute I
Just
change.
roll with it.
we'll get there's room. You got enough room?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are all
You.
Very.
Barry.
Oh,
You-
probably gained 20 pounds
Oh,
since
you-
the last time
yeah.
you saw me.
Okay. I come here
Yeah.
Come over here. Go. Come on.
Just a moment.
No.
Yeah.
The collar is crazy.
Is it blinking?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Come on, get in here.
Yeah.
You probably got 10 seconds.
With this nice woman. One more. I shall. Yes, it is okay, but I want one more.
Look.
Is it like yours myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 6'4", but you know, over here.
Is it not
Blinking?
Yeah, yeah,
blinking?
come on.
Yeah.
Come on. There you go.
Okay.
Awesome.
I think it is. With your community, I will see what will happen.
I turned in the report. We did the whole, I did the whole
No,
interview with
that's
Tammy.
standard
Walked
is
through here. I'm just wondering if
Okay.
we have decided upon.
It is
Yeah, good, nice.
because it was shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
See it?
I
Hey,
did.
Richard,
Oh,
you and I are on a lot of them pictures, hell,
That's
they'll
what I
be
wanted to do is
checking on us now.
get another one. You saw more.
I will.
I tell you, I was, when my website shut down, I had that like for repository. I never
Make sure
expected.
you're
Nope, that's one of the meetings.
It was curious that I had been interacting.
A buddy of mine just had he's having a baby, so he just called my way over here.
Igor, you come to.
At
When
that
I
time
talk to my
period.
kids,
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Mike Moeller.
I watch all your shows.
You know when somebody texts me, I'm like, you're about 4 out of 10
Oh, it's
times.
wired in.
Okay.
I know I
And
missed
it said, guys, my phone just cracked again.
Okay.
And it's funny.
Okay, I'll come back and visit.
Just talking to somebody out of the dealer.
Thanks, yeah, have fun. Let me know what happened.
In Nebraska by an Air Force
Supposed to
base.
see it when you see
And
it.
I tell them, I said, Andrew, they're listening to what we're saying, then they figure out it's father or son, and they're not.
About this book, you think
Like I said, and then when Sam said that right here,
We'll bring it back.
What do you see in the face, you know?
I know Linda's bringing, they should be here anytime, she's bringing supper if you guys wanna hang around and eat with us. Oops. But otherwise, you know, we had a long day and just kinda. Yeah, well, me and Linda and Angel did, these guys pulled in late, so they just went to sleep. Yeah, I could go scout around and we got a good idea on what we wanna do tonight.
Feel free, Albie.
Hey, what's that gonna make a song too? John, they moved back. Yeah, bro, that's where I was watching the house in Ottawa.
Oh, they over at.
Yeah, they got a house, they own a house now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, little Bob got his money from John's boy. Then they went after Powell, he got his money. They bought that house for 70.
Really?
Down, oh yeah.
That's good, man.
Right in a nice neighborhood too, bro.
Yeah, that's nice.
Did you guys go out last night, Barry?
Well, he's gonna make you a song, Barry.
That's it?
Yeah, I told him about it. He said we can give him something for it, huh?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I think Barry needs a song, man, yeah. Bro, they make a badass Omaha song, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what you bring you now?
I brought tostadas, chicken tostadas and salsa, the Valentina's to put on it, and cookies and water.
No, let's move in the cabin and
All right.
bugs we can get back.
Gary, I'm gonna head back to Omaha. I gotta go take care of the loving wife.
Appreciate you, Derek, and thanks for coming up, but
I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
You, Terry?
Yeah, I gotta head back. She's not that good this week.
All right.